Scene 2, tick 2.
All right, show us your shirts.
Wouldn't you like to know? There's like literally so much. This is my uncle's band, his old band, called Heater Girl. Isn't this amazing? This is my other uncle's. This is literally from when he was a child. Yeah, I don't know if you can tell, but it's like, look, it's like so worn out. There's a point at which like shirts just become the softest thing ever. And it can't be mimicked. I think it only has to come with time. Apparently this is a Toronto band, and one of like the reason why the band broke up is because one of them became an accountant. So that's such a Toronto story. They had to grow up. I read this book on integrity. I read half a book on integrity one time, and I'm like, oh, integrity. But it's true. Like, I feel like regardless of how much I've changed, or I think I've changed, truly from when I had an idea about style, which was, it could go back to when I was a kid, things have remained generally consistent of what I stand for with the way I dress. It's practicality, it's being able to like run if I have to. It's like simplicity, but it's sincereness too. I stopped wearing like bras ever since I started university, and I don't know, I just feel like it's entirely liberating. My like personality itself is entirely open, and I find that I show every part of myself as much as I can. I honestly have nothing to hide as a person, and it's more of like a take it or leave it thing. If they don't like me like this, then like they can like fuck off, to be honest. This one has a fixation that I can't even describe. This was my aunt's first, my dad's sister, and then my aunt gave it to my mom, and my mom gave it to me. Yeah, I don't know, I just, like, I remember seeing my mom wear this dress when I was young, and I remember, like, seeing her in the summer wearing it, and I remember the way that she, like, looked in it, and I feel like I looked the way that she did when she, yeah. I love the fact that, like, everything I own to an extent is a derivative of somebody else or has its own life. Everything that I am myself, physically, the way I act, the way I am, the way I look is inherited from somebody else. I'm just derivatives from other people. I'm derivatives from my parents, from, my parents' parents. And so why not show that in my clothes? My grandma gave me these. And, like, they're so Polish grandma. And I've been trying to, like, figure out how to, like, incorporate them in my, like, wardrobe. And again, I love this because my grandma wears these all the time. And if I can become anything, like, adjacent to, like, her, then that'll be enough for me. So I wear these every once in a while, not too much. Probably 5 people in my family have gone through this part of feeling lost and, like, not belonging in Mississauga and then being saved by the city. It is so crazy to have clothes from when they were figuring out their 20s and to wear those as I'm figuring out my 20s. And there's, like, nothing more, like, safe than knowing that.
And we got my favorite Blue Jays jersey. I bought this when I was at the game. It's custom made with my nickname. Let's not talk about the price, but let's just say it's an investment. I feel like I wear a lot of graphic shirts just because it's like a reflection of like, what I love, the interests, what I support. Like for the sports attire especially, I only wear like teams I actually like love. As well for like the travel merch, I love traveling. Every time I go places, I have to like take home souvenirs. And then after I come home, I just go into like this whole thing where like I pretend I'm from there. I bought all these hats when I was in their city. So like New York, I bought this in New York. LA, I bought it in Los Angeles. Montreal, I bought it in Montreal. Toronto, guess where I bought it? Toronto, exactly. So I think it stems from that sentimental value, like it's more meaningful. Back then in high school, people were wearing like all these like expensive clothes, like all these like Jordans and next level streetwear brands, and I wasn't fortunate enough to afford, so I felt like out of place. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like what I wear now, what I buy now is what people back in high school would be wearing, so that's why I feel like I'm able to be at their level in a way, just because I have money to spend now. I feel like with more money, I would still stick with the brands I wear. I know I wouldn't wear any designer, that's for sure, even though I don't want to put my parents on the spot, but they like wearing fake designer, which I'm kind of ashamed of. I don't know where Filipinos wearing designer brands stem from. My theory is that once they immigrate to the Western world, I feel like they have this like need to leave an impression and show people that they have money by wearing all these like designer brands. Yeah, oh, this one is one of the Filipino-owned brand clothings I wear. Actually, I know the owner of this brand. The brand is called Calamansi Collective, one of our, is it native fruit or popular fruit? Does calamansi originate from the Philippines?
I've never heard it. Why are you looking at me? I'm happy.
I like supporting Filipino businesses, I like representing. I don't know, it gives me a sense of pride every time I wear it. I don't want to like go deep, but I wasn't born here, so I'm finding ways to like connect with my culture from back home.
Everyone closer. Oh, okay, this is one of my favorite pieces, and it's made terribly. Oh, sorry to whoever made it. It's made terribly, but I love it so much. I bought this at a little market, and I think it's handmade. There's no tags on it. I think I got louder with my clothes when I had to be quieter with my face. So I got Bell's palsy twice. I couldn't move half my face, so I would have to hide my face with sunglasses. I couldn't blink properly, so I didn't want people to see that. So I think I would just kind of let my clothing speak for me. It's so hard, I think, to get ready every single morning, because I also want to care. Like, I want to care, and I want to be able to present myself well, because if I don't, then my body speaks for me. Do you know what I mean? I could wear sweatpants and a t-shirt every single day, but because of how I'm built, it says something about me. I'm a little bit bigger, and that says that I don't necessarily take care of myself, so I have to dress up. I'm completely limited by the fact that I feel like I have to dress up and I have to look decent, and when I don't, I feel like it affects everything about the way people see me. I don't think people would take me as seriously, especially in the creative world, if I didn't dress interesting, so I have to dress interesting. Using clothing to express gender is kind of a complicated thing with me. I have a very complicated sense of what my gender is anyway. To have tried on 3 different binders and for all of them to emphasize my chest or make them look, nothing's worked, which is usually that's usually the holy grail. You get your binder, you can wear what you want. No, and it was totally devastating. I think the only time I have been able to bind my chest, I hadn't fully gone through puberty, and it had actually fucked up my ribs. If I were to say clothing plays a factor in the way that I express gender, it's that I kind of use femininity as like a little costume that I can put on. It's decorative more than anything. It's hard because it's clothes that I choose for myself, and there is an element of personal style and personal taste to it, but in terms of expressing my gender, a lot of that just kind of exists in my head because I feel like I can't embody it the way that I want to. Why would I even try? I think clothes in general are quite stifling in a sensory way, in a social way, in an economic way. Like, it just says so much about you to the point where I would rather just forego. I'm searching for security. Maybe that will come if and when I lose weight. Maybe that'll come if and when I remove my breasts. I don't know. Because more than anything, body is a factor in fashion. Clothing doesn't mean anything if it doesn't drape on you the way that it does a model. I'm not afraid of my body. I love my body. I love it nakedness. I don't love my body and clothes. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Guys, it's reflexive. It's okay.
Taking the retake.
You want to try to get the mirror?
Yeah.
Is it recording right now?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Dude, you asked fucking 5 times.
I'm gonna figure it out, okay? Like, I can't guarantee that the boom is not gonna be in the shot all
I
the
can
time.
tell you when you're...
No, I can't imagine having an anxious director being like, stand by, levels, places.
Not to be too much of a party pooper, but you have limited time on these lights.
Oh shit, okay.
Should we get Megan? Should we get Megan in here or what?
Yeah, Megan? Sound?
I mean, I can turn stuff off if you need more time.